we talked about free enterprise and the students getting involved here locally. So we're going to segue right to our other group here from the SIFE, which is the Students in Free Enterprise. And I met Katie with the food bank here when I was doing distribution a couple weeks back. And this was a really neat sounding competition. And producer, go real quick. I just want to flick over to the website here. And this is Campbell's Let's Can Hunger. And tell us about what this is, how you guys got involved, and what the project is. Because you've got to get everything wrapped up, I think, by tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. Campbell's, the soup company, is a SIFE partner, and they decided to challenge all the North America SIFE teams with raising 5,000 pounds of canned goods. So we are trying to complete that challenge.
Now, how close are you to getting your 5,000 pounds?
We did it.
You did it already. Okay, so how much pounds of canned foods did you come up with?
5,012.
5,012. And now I know how much 5,012 pounds of food is. That would probably. No, I don't even think we could get that in the studio here, could we?
No, it's a lot.
Now, how many vans was that?
We took it at different times. The food bank kept a running total for us, so I think I went to the food bank like 6 or 7 times. 6 or 7 times with it, and we have done some up in with some of the food drives before, and yes, the studio would be overflowing with 5,000 pounds of food, and that's a lot. That really, you guys did. That's just, my hat's off to you. I know that's a lot of work. What did you guys learn as part of this? As students of Texas State, we spend a lot of time on campus, so I wasn't really aware of the hunger need in San Marcos and the struggles of the food bank. I learned that since the federal budget hasn't yet been approved, food banks aren't receiving the necessary funding that they need. So our 5,000 pounds, about a third of it was money that we contributed to the food bank, and that really helped them out and was kind of like a saving grace for them because now they can pay their bills.
Well, and, with gas and, with all of the miles that they do, and we talked earlier about going back and forth to Kyle, and we've got Lucas and Lauren and Katie. You guys are, what year at school right now, and what's your field of study?
Well, I'm a senior. I'll be graduating in May. I'm a marketing and sales concentration major.
Right.
So it's definitely been fun to gather some of those canned food items for the food bank here in Hayes.
And how about you, Lauren?
I'm actually a first semester graduate student. I'm getting my master's in international studies. So it was really a great way to be involved in the community. I think it's hard when you come to college to really be involved with the community, and this was our way of saying thank you for letting us come to school here and get a great education.
Now, you've got, Katie, I know you're putting together a video of all this, right?
Correct, we are.
And so I hope somebody's filming this tonight. If not, we'll have to get it to you before in the morning. I'll do some editing real quick for you. But, that's one of the things that I think is neat is about getting out there, and that's what we try to do is to show ways for people to get out there and to capture that. So I hope that you all will come back and talk to us again after the competition is done and let us know, because I want to see your completed video. We'll run it for you definitely, because that's what we're always looking for.
We can do that.
And what are some of the things here that you think, as students, that that some of the skills that you brought to this that really helped? That I'm always looking for those niches where we can have cooperation between the students. People don't realize what they've got inside. Lucas, you talked about being a marketing.
Mm-hmm.
What was some of the neat stuff you learned about marketing with doing this?
Well, it was a lot, really. For one, we had to gather 5,000 pounds of food. And so what we did is Katie actually has she's a student worker and has a little supermarket on site on campus, and so we had some flyers, we had some donation barrels, we had a bunch of different things of that nature to kind of get the word out to the students. Over 30,000 students to go to Texas State, so it was a lot of little kind of grassroots stuff. In the quad, we also have a booth out there that we said, hey, please donate cans within our own infrastructure and structure of SIFE. Which is it's a class that you can take and be enrolled in and be involved in. We had our own students, to different socials and things that we held mandatory that you bring some cans to those, and so there was a lot of different ways, to use some of those marketing skills in order to, infiltrate the process and get those, the cans in.
So good. And so, and I always like that because those are some skills that I always tell people that when you go to school and you think about your career, they always say that you're going to be changing careers and you're going to be, what you guys are learning is a tool set. It's that little pocket knife. Well, let's see, I learned this and maybe I can use this here. And it's not always just about the work. It's also about, I find so many times that networking in the community can help you.
Definitely.
And, what have you found with networking in the community, with just going down and meeting some of the people in the food bank and some of the other connections you've made?
I mean, just the awareness of it. Like, we wouldn't be here if I hadn't gone to the distribution side on Wednesday and talked to you about that.
There you
and
go.
I, unfortunately, when HEB was doing their Super Bowl of Caring, those were the ice days in February, but we were going to partner with HEB and sell the food bags that you can buy in stores for the Super Bowl of Caring. We were going to sell those on campus, but the ice days with the canceled school kind of interrupted that.
Well, y'all did a good job with that. I mean, that's still a lot to be commended for.
Thank you.
And, you represent yourselves well, you represent the campus well, and I encourage the students in free enterprises. What are some of the other things with the class that you've learned? Because that's one of the things, as you saw with Ray's Ice Cream. We really want to encourage local businesses and try to help people. And what's some of the other things you've learned in class about free enterprise that you can take out there with you?
Well, one of the big things that our team in the SIFE national headquarters pushes is using free enterprise to help people better their lives. And we do this through our community outreach projects. And we've done projects in San Marcos. We've done them in Mexico, Cuba, Africa. We do them everywhere. And just basically using the power of free enterprise to change the world and improve people's quality of life.
There you go. That's the message I wanted to hear. I love it. Well, I'd love all your messages, but that's important. And I think with your international studies, I think that's, it's kind of going to be bringing the world together. And I really like that because that's one of the things that we try to encourage with this show is for people to get involved locally, to get out there, make a difference. Turn off the TV. Of course, watch us every now and then on the internet. We do like that. But it's to also look at other ways and to think outside the box. So, well, thank you very much. And again, I encourage you all to be coming back and seeing us again.